Hello everyone, my name's Bear and welcome to Bear's Tavern, where today we will be focusing on r/RPG horror stories. Now, I'm only going to do one story per episode. Yeah, one story seems fair. If you guys want me to do more, then go ahead and leave a comment below. So without further ado, let's get into today's story. My first tabletop RPG experience ruined by DM and Insane X. This one has been labeled not safe for work. So I will be linking this story in the description. I think I will link every story that I do in the description below. That way, in case you guys want to read them yourselves, you can. This happened a while ago, so some details are a bit fuzzy, but I'll try my best to keep the events in order. Fake names will be used. They included disclaimers like stalking, sexual harassment, abuse, and unalive mentioned. I'm not sure exactly what that means, and I'm afraid to look it up. An old high school friend of mine, Ricky, showed up at my work one day, and we started to catch up a little. He invited me out to lunch where he tells me that he wanted to run a game called Vampire the Masquerade. I haven't played any tabletop RPGs before and assumed it was just some board game. So I agreed without question, mostly because I had lost touch with a lot of friends and needed to get out of that work then home rut that I was in. I came to his place and was surprised to see two other friends, Alan and Tara, there as well. We spent the first night getting a feel for the game, setting boundaries, which weren't many because we didn't mind graphics and mature themes, and making our characters. I don't remember much besides that Alan and Tara played characters that were prisoners of the Vampire Council, and I decided to act as the council's doormat in the beginning. It sucks that I learned all that I needed to know only to play 4 full sections. The first 2 sections were mostly introductions, learning about all the other characters, and getting our feet wet with role-playing. In the end of the second section, I noticed that Tara was flirting with me a bit both in and out of game. Afterwards, we were smoking and waiting for my ride when Tara asked me if our characters could have an in-game romance. I didn't mind and was all surprised that she was playing a lesbian because she said that she doesn't think she could ever date another girl. Well, Tara is a lesbian and came out to me right then and there. I was shocked, but was very supportive because I'm a bisexual myself. Honestly, same. She confessed that she always found me attractive, but we decided to take things slow in real life, but in game I would give her what she wants. I promise that this was important. Oh boy, I don't know what rabbit hole you put yourself in. In the third game, my character ended up saving Alan and Tara by killing a council member and setting up the next plot hook for sections 4. In the middle of next week, Ricky hit us up to let us know he'd be inviting another player. We said it was okay and gave ideas on how we could introduce them to the party. The day comes in and I walk in to see my freaking ex-boyfriend, Matthew. Oh no. Oh no. That's never good when the ex shows up. TW, a little backstory, my ex and I ended things on bad terms. He was controlling, manipulative, and overall abusive. After I ended things, I tried to remain friends but stated that I needed space, which he did the opposite. He flat out refused to believe that I broke up with him. He asked every chance he got for me to get back with him, and when I said no, he would call me every name in the book. If I tried to distance myself, he would use our natural friends against me by telling them he wanted to unalive himself just because I was treating him so badly. Dude, really? Come on, man. Which caused me to lose a lot of them because they refused to listen to my side. Dude, you need better friends. I'm just saying, you need better friends. He tried forcing himself on me multiple times as well. He would threaten to keep me quiet and I was terrified to speak up. Dumb mistake, I know. But I was a teen and thought I could handle it alone. Always tell a trusted adult if you go through something like this, kids. I pulled Ricky to the side and tried to tell him that if I had known it was Matthew, then I wouldn't have wanted him here. Ricky said that he thought it didn't matter since we were friendly with each other before graduation. I wanted to leave, but had no money for an Uber, and my sister couldn't come get me right away, and no one else could give me a ride, so I was stuck. I decided to play to wait out the time and talk with Ricky again after I got home. I sat next to Tara, and Matthew sat across from me. We picked up the story where it left off, and it was me helping Alan and Tara to escape. We made it into the city where we searched for clothes in the garbage to disguise ourselves, especially since I was covered in blood. We were going to sleep under a bridge when we were approached by Matthew. He found us because of the smell of ancient blood on me and offered us sanctuary. This is how we were going to join the resistance. It was all go until I stated that I would like to wash the blood off me first thing when we got to the housing, and Matthew's expression changed. Matthew said, I offer her my room and bathroom to get cleaned up in, as well as a change of clothes. I accepted and explained how I went to shower, but Matthew jumped in and said, I follow to watch her, and when she comes out, I'm standing there eyeing her body. I asked her if she'd like help getting dressed, which I quickly denied and forced him out of the room. He tried the roll to see if he could stay, but Ricky said that since it was his room, he could stay. So I went back into the bathroom and changed, much to Matthew's annoyance, but I didn't care. I quickly exited his room and went to Tara, where I explained how I was comforting her and how I kissed her, which turned into an intimate scene and faded to black. Matthew interjected, saying I walk in and see them kissing and ask if I can join, which Ricky asked him to roll for. Tara and I were shocked. Yeah, I would be too if I were having an intimate scene with someone and that happened. And stated that this was against our consenting rule, which no one would roll their way into sleeping with each other's PCs. Ricky went on to describe how we see Matthew watching us and that we continued our fun time in front of him until he walks in to join. I flat out said nope and quit the game right then and there. I sat outside and Tara joined me, saying that she was planning to quit as well. Matthew came outside to leave, offering me a ride home, and I said no. He saw Tara and I holding hands and said, well, maybe we can bring that scene to life. I have my own place now. We can all go there together. Tara actually flipped out on him for me and cursed him out, calling him a creep and how much of a douchebag he's been. Sis, go off. By all means, yay! Somebody went off on a creep. Yay! Let's see. Ricky comes out and tries to defend Matthew, saying something along the lines of, he just wanted to see you again and I thought it was okay. This breaks into a shouting match while poor Alan just stands by in shock. Matthew eventually leaves and Tara's ride shows up, and I just leave with her and stay at her place that night. Alan, Tara, and I all dropped out of the game and haven't talked to Ricky or Matthew ever since. Tara and I dated for a few months but broke up and stayed friends to this day. She even got married and adopted a child with her partner, and I'm happily with my own GF of 3 years now. I didn't let this sour my love for RPGs and D&D though, but I had to stay away from in-game romance even with NPCs. Too long, didn't read, DM old friend invites my crazy ex-boyfriend in order to set us up, or help him just creep on me. Ex sexually harasses me and other female players both in and out of game and cause the whole game to come crashing down. Oh my god. I am at a loss for words. I mean, ooh, I've had my fair share of crazy exes, but I think that takes the cake. But man, girl, good on you for leaving that game, man. And I'm very glad to hear that, you know, life has been very kind to you. And I personally wish you the best of luck. But anyway, guys, that's been r/RPG horror stories. I think I'm gonna do more of these. I honestly enjoy a good roleplay horror story. And as someone who's a dungeon master and absolutely loves D&D too, I'm always baffled by the amount of people who go into these table RPGs and just absolutely wreck everything. But I will bid you guys adieu, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.